Hi guys, I'm Christina with LuLaRoe Christina Owens, or the Hot Mess Boutique. I'm here today to talk to you about how to build a community. And essentially we can break it down into 6 C's. I call it the 6 C's. C as in like ABC, not like S-E-E. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I feel like building a community is really what we, at the end of the day, are really striving for, right? Because we want to have a connection, we want to have a relationship with our customers, not because we want to sell them all the things, but that's just human nature, is to build relationships, to have those kind of connections with people that we care about. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't care about your customers, then you're in the wrong business, okay? Because I personally care about my customers. I hate to even say customer because they are more like my family, my friends. Like, I love them with every inch of my body. Like, they are my people, my tribe. So if you don't really care about your customers, I'd really love to challenge you to figure out why that is, because that's really, like, if you don't have that foundation, it's going to be difficult to go through the rest of this process. So let's get started with C number 1. Before we get started, I wanted to say, disclaimer, that I am not anyone like super high up in the company. I did cruise qualify last year, and I'm not like big potatoes or anything, okay? I am who I am. I live in Houston, Texas. If you guys don't know who I am, I live in Houston, Texas. I do this business primarily on my own. My husband does help me occasionally. And you know, this is what I love though. I love creating connections and building relationships with people. So if you guys ever have any questions further, feel free to reach out to me. I will always answer your questions. Again, too, before we get started, I also want to say that when it comes to building a community, it takes patience. I know that's hard. Trust me, I'm the first person to not have any patience. That is not one of my virtues. However, when it comes to creating a community, you really have to have patience, because this does not happen overnight, okay? So let me reiterate that. Building a community does not happen overnight, okay? It takes time, it takes cultivating, it takes, it takes time to really build a relationship. You don't meet someone 10 seconds in and say, okay, we're best friends now, right? Like, it doesn't happen like that. It takes time, and you hang out after a while, and you get to know each other, and then eventually a few months down the road, you may realize, like, this person is my person. Like, they're like my best friend. Do you want to be my best friend? And then they say, yeah, I want to be your best friend because you're awesome. So just think of it in that way. It does take time. Okay, now let's get started. Enough rambling. C number 1 is content. Oh my gosh, you guys, you can't expect people to want to be in your community if you don't give them any content. What does content mean? That means just posting. That means sharing, having a video for them to watch. It means a story to tell. Like, any kind of content is good for the most part, okay? You don't want to overshare, first of all, but content in general is, the first C. And you're like, okay, Christina, that's awesome, but what do I talk about? I have no idea what to talk about. This is where exercise number 1 comes in, okay? So how to figure out what kind of content to publish or to share to your group, you really need to sit down and do a thought bubble. Do you guys know what a thought bubble is? It's like when you get a sheet of paper, and don't mind this sound, this is my notes, but you get a sheet of paper and you write a circle in the middle with your name in the middle of it, right? Off of that circle, you want to write out these lines and make other little circles with the lines attached, and write different things about yourself that you like, your hobbies, your interests, whatever that may look like. So for me, mine was makeup. I used to be a makeup artist, a professional makeup artist, worked for Sephora, I freelanced, all that kind of stuff. So makeup is always going to be a part of my life. I love it. I mean, It's just who I am. So I put makeup in my bubble. Then the next one, my hair. I always have a fun color hair. It's always changing. It's just, again, it's part of who I am. So fun colored hair. Then the next bubble I put family. I want my business to be a family. Whether my family is involved or I want my group, my people to feel like family. Family is an important thing for me. So family goes in a bubble. And then you kind of just go all the way around and you'll start to notice some may kind of be in the same realm. For example, my hair and my makeup are kind of in the same bubble, if you will say. So, for example, I made that big bubble beauty. Okay, so I talk about a lot of beauty related things in my group besides LuLaRoe. The second thing I talk about is my family, or creating family connections, making my people feel like they are part of my family. The third one for me was motivational. I love quotes. I love quotes. I have 2 Bible verses on my wrist. I love quotes. They energize me. They give me the pep in my step that I need during the day. So I have a lot of quotes or motivational things in my group. And then, like, for example, another one of mine is glitter. Okay, kind of falls in the realm of beauty, but still kind of needs its own bubble, right? So I freaking love glitter. I love glitter. Usually I have glitter somewhere on my face. Today, not the day, but I have a little bling bling going on with my necklace. But I always have glitter somewhere. I almost convinced my husband to do a glitter wall in my Lula room, but then he decided not to. So darn it, almost got him, but not quite. So glitter, so I challenge you to sit down and think about that. Think about that first. And once you start to do that, you'll, like I said, start to see some can kind of clump together and make a general thing, content, right? So you want to have at least 5. If you have 4, that's fine, but I usually say 5 just so you have something to post about every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. So that way, now when you go say, okay, well, I don't know what kind of content to make. Well, Monday, post about something with glitter. Tuesday, post something about your family. Wednesday, post something about makeup. Thursday, post about fashion, because hello, we sell clothes. Friday, make a motivational thing or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like whatever it pertains to you and how it pertains to your business. But there you go. So creating content. First C. C number 2. C number 2 is going to be cross promotion. Cross promotion. What is cross promotion? Hello, we sell LuLaRoe clothes. So go in the newsroom on the LuLaRoe website and get some stories from LuLaRoe's website and publish them into your group. We all know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not a sugarcoating person. What you see is what you get. We've had some issues with LuLaRoe in the past few months about negative press. We all know this, right? But we also know that there's also a lot of good that LuLaRoe does. We know that we have multiple fundraisers all the time going that LuLaRoe matches. We know the way that LuLaRoe makes people feel once they put them on. That is a good thing. That's a positive thing. Why not share that with your customers? Heck, even ask your customers to share that with your other customers. If you know, for example, I have a customer that hates her legs. She just, for some reason or another, hates the way they look. I have no idea why, because she has beautiful legs, but we all have our own problems, right? Well, the other day, she posted about how she's wearing some shorts with her new Christy tee, and she felt like $1 million. That's good stuff. That is good cross promotion about the line, right? So grab those articles from the LuLaRoe website, grab good news stories from your customers, whatever that looks like, and cross promote. Let people know how LuLaRoe makes them feel, how they make you feel, all that good stuff, okay? So cross promotion is C number 2. C number 3, creating relationships. Okay, not with your customers though. So I know that was kind of like tricky, right? But creating relationships with those around you. So most of us do vendor events at some point or another in our LuLaRoe career, right? I challenge you to make relationships with those other vendors. You guys, their clientele is probably different than your clientele. They may have never heard of LuLaRoe or don't have a LuLaRoe consultant anymore or whatever it may be. So I challenge you to get to know those other vendors because one, they could become a customer of yours. Two, you guys could do a joint event together. Hello. You guys are like sharing customers now. And three, it's just good to do. Like, you need friends in this life, right? I'm all about friendships, y'all. Like, please be my friend, okay? Because, like, for real, you want to create relationships with other people outside of your bubble. So if your kid goes to school, which hopefully they do, you create a friend out of that teacher, not to sell her anything. Don't ever go in the intention of like, oh, I'm going to sell her all the things to befriend her. No, go at it as, I want to create this new friend. I want a new friendship. So I'm going to be her friend. And if I so happen to sell her LuLaRoe, awesome. If I don't, I have a new friend. So who cares, right? And she may not be into it, but who knows? Her mom may be into it. So, just always be open and creating those relationships because you never know what will happen out of them, okay? C number 4. Now, you've built some friendships up. They are in your group. Your customers or your friends, let's call them friends. Your friends are now in your group. They're kind of hanging out and all that kind of stuff. They're starting to like, they're starting to comment, they're starting to do all those things that we want them to do, right? Well, what do? You scroll, you see the news feed or see the notification, click on that notification, read it, and then you're done. Wrong. You don't want to do that. You want to, yes, click on that notification, and if they commented, like it, comment back. I mean, you would think that's pretty self-explanatory, but even myself, I get caught up in what I'm doing around me that I forget. Like, I legit forget to go and comment back or respond or react or engage in that notification. And then guess what? My person, not that they take it personally, but on Facebook's end, they're going to be like, oh, well, that person liked their thing and they never said anything. So I guess they don't care. And then that's going to kind of play negatively in your feed, right? Or in your engagement in your group. So I challenge you to go back, and I'm not saying go throughout the day and like respond all the time, because that also is going to eat up a lot of your time. You don't want to do that. What I challenge you to do is there's a couple ways you can do it. So you can answer your stuff at the beginning of the day. You can answer at the end of the night. You can answer during the middle of the day. What I try to do, or what I'm trying to do now, is because I was that person. As soon as I got a comment or like or notification or whatever, I'm right there typing away and missing everything around me. And I personally am trying to create more balance in my life. So one thing I'm doing is I do 20 minutes or 15-20 minutes in the middle of the day. I respond to things, and then like a half an hour before I go to bed, right before I start to wind down to go to bed, I'm responding to the rest of the stuff. And then after that, I leave my phone, I don't touch it, I don't look at it, and then I wait till the next day and then start responding. At first, my customers are like, what's wrong with Christina? What's happening? Because she's not responding right away. But you can let them know, like, hey, I'm just trying to create more balance in my life. And they'll totally understand, okay? Because your people love you just as much as you love them. And they will understand. So, anyways, make sure to cultivate those relationships. Comment, like back, share. Show that they matter and that they care. Like, it literally takes 15-20 minutes to respond to all those things. And it's going to continue to snowball, because once you comment back, they're going to comment back, and then once you like something, they're more inclined to like something later. So it's a little ball that you want to keep pushing it every so often, and it's a good thing to do. So keep cultivating those relationships. C number 5. C number 5 is collaboration. Collaboration. It's a weird word to say, but collaboration. Okay, collaboration is collaborating with, like I said, other vendors that may not do what you do, or collaborating with people that do what you do, so other LuLaRoe people. So I challenge you to do that because, again, that creates a sense of community. When your customers or your friends or whomever, however you choose to call them, see that you are not so like to everything, and they see that you are loving and open and willing to work with people that do what you do, they're going to be more open to you. They are going to be like, oh, wow, look at Mary Beth. She is doing a round robin with 8 other retailers. That's really cool. Or, you know, Jessica is, you know, doing a LuLaRoe vendor event with all LuLaRoe retailers. Like, that's pretty sweet. Like, they notice those things. So, you know, us as retailers, we're all family, okay? We're not competition. We are not like fighting for customers, because my customers are not going to be your customers and your customers are not going to be my customers, because they may like how crazy I am, or they may not. They're going to be like, that chick is crazy and I don't like that she has a lot of tattoos and weird colored hair. Like, no thank you. And that's fine. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So we're not fighting for the same people, okay? So we can work together. We can collaborate. We can be friends. That's the keyword of the day. Let's be friends. And, you know, but we can all learn something from one another. So don't take other Lula sisters or whatever as a form of, not competitiveness, but like a form of like competition. Think of us as a friend. Think of us as a resource, someone that you can go to and say, girl, I've done all the IPAs that I can think of. I don't know what else to do. Guess what? That girlfriend of yours probably has an IPA that you've never done before. And she's going to be like, hey, actually, you haven't done all the IPAs today. Have you done this? And you're going to be like, what is that? And she's going to tell you, and you're going to do it. And it's going to be great. So, again, collaboration, 5th C. Now, the last and final C, which I know you're probably tired of hearing me say C, but the last and final C is, ding, 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 consistency. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how much I preach about consistency. You guys, consistency is key in everything that you do, everything, whether it be in your personal life, in LuLaRoe, in anything, consistency is key, okay? Like, if that's the only thing you get from this, consistency. That's all I want you to remember, okay? Oh my, almost dropped my paper. Consistency. They need to know and trust you're gonna be there, okay? Again, excuse me because I have my notes. But they need to know and trust that you're gonna be there. If you tell them, hey, I'm gonna be live at 7 and you don't pop on until 8, you just wasted an hour of their precious time. Not cool. Or if you say, hey, I'm going to be at this vendor event on Saturday from noon to 4, and you skip out at 1 because, I don't know, it's maybe not as busy as you wanted, and they show up at 3 o'clock and you're not there, and they just throw 45 minutes to see you, they're going to be ticked. And I wouldn't blame them. I would be ticked too. So consistency is key. Be consistent. Be conscious of your time, of your resources, okay? Make sure that you're not over-promising. It's better to under-promise than over-promise, okay? Now, that's kind of silly or sad or whatever, but for real, if you can't commit to going live 4 times a week, but you can commit to going live once a week, then just tell them about that once a week. And then if you so happen to go live the 3 other times, score. But if you don't, they're not going to be sad, okay? So consistency is key, okay? Same thing with like IPAs. IPAs, if you don't know what an IPA is, it's income producing activity. That could be a grab bag, that could be a speed sale, that could be an in-home pop-up, it could be an album sale. Like, there are tons of income producing activities. And if you guys need me to do a video on that, just let me know. When I talk about consistency in IPAs, basically that means is be consistent in those IPAs, okay? So if you try a new IPA, say you've never done a speed sale before, but you want to start doing it, and you do one, and you maybe sell one thing, or maybe no things, and you're like, well, darn it. I spent an hour doing this speed sale, getting ready, getting everything set up, doing the speed sale, and I just wasted an hour. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you spent an hour doing it, but guess what? Do it again. And do it again the same time you did, or try to do it around the same time you did the week before. Do it again the following week. And keep doing it for at least 2 months, okay? And after 2 months, if your people are still not feeling it, if they're not just like, they're like, girlfriend, that ain't for us, that's fine. But at least you tried it for 2 solid months and tried to do something new. You can't do it once, you can't do it twice, and you can't even do it 3 times and say, I'm done. No, you have to try it longer, because sometimes it takes a hot minute for people to warm up to it. It takes a hot second for Facebook to realize, like, oh wait, we want to show this to somebody. It takes a hot minute for that kind of stuff to get some traction. Okay, so I challenge you to do income producing activities for at least 2 months. Be consistent with it, okay? I know it's hard. I know we want immediate results right now, because trust me, that's how I am. I'm like, it didn't work, I'm done. Like, I can't, like, it bugs me, because I'm like, it's genius, why isn't no one hanging out with me or shopping or whatever? But you have to remember, you know, people look at Facebook or whatever, like, different times. Maybe they'll see it that time, maybe they won't see it the next time, who knows? But you have to stay consistent at least with 2 months in that IPA or whatever it is. I mean, again, this can be applied to personal life. You don't expect to go to the gym 2-3 times and lose 50 pounds. No, you have to keep going and keep working at it to lose that weight, right? It's the same thing with LuLaRoe. So stay consistent. Okay, so those were the 6 C's. Hopefully that helped you guys in some way or another. I'm new to training, and it's something that I'm actually really passionate about and that I love to do. I've just always been really nervous to do it. So hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, please tell me below and post what's the takeaway that you got from this video. I would love to know. And if you have any questions, please let me know. You can either PM me, you can email me at LLRChristinaOwens@gmail.com, or just get a hold of me somehow. I'm on all those things, all the social media things, so you should find me some way or another. But before we go, just remember, you guys, all of this is things that have worked for me, and some things may work for you, and some things may not work for you, okay? But just take it, use it in a way that works for you, and I really hope you got something from this. And just remember, content, cross-promotion, creating relationships, cultivating relationships, collaboration, and what's the key word for the day? Consistency. Okay, so just remember those, dive in more, figure out who you are as far as like your pillars go for your content and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully you can get something out of this, okay? Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.